There's a moment that happens at every party, every office, every social gathering. Someone walks in, and before they say a word, before they shake a single hand, the room has already decided something about them. You can feel it. The way conversations slow, the way eye contact shifts, the way people straighten slightly or lean toward whoever is standing next to them and say something quietly. The person hasn't done anything yet, but something invisible walked in ahead of them. That invisible thing has a name, and it controls more of your social reality than your looks, your talent, or anything you've ever said out loud. Think about two people joining the same company on the same day, same role, same salary, same floor. Within 2 weeks, one of them is being introduced as, "You'll want to hear what she thinks." The other is, the new guy. No one sat down and made that decision. It happened through whispers, through small moments other people observed, through what got said about each of them in conversations they weren't in. Reputation doesn't build slowly. It calcifies fast. And once it sets, everyone around you is already responding to a version of you that was written before you knew the story existed. There's a woman in a social circle, smart, competent, does her work well. But 2 years ago, she complained. Once, in the wrong room, about the wrong person. And that moment got quietly passed around until it reached the one person it shouldn't have. She doesn't know that. She still walks into rooms thinking people see her for what she's actually done. But what they see first is that story, distorted by 3 or 4 retellings until it became something more dramatic than what actually happened. And here's what's brutal. She can work twice as hard as everyone around her, twice as composed, twice as reliable, and people will still filter everything she does through an impression that got constructed without her. This is not about fairness. Fairness has almost nothing to do with how reputation actually works. Reputation is built in the moments you're not performing, not in presentations, not in interviews, not in conversations where you know you're being evaluated. It's built in how you act when things go wrong. Whether you blame others or go quiet, how you treat someone who has nothing to offer you. Imagine a manager who is warm with executives but dismissive with the receptionist. Everyone notices. No one says anything to his face, but the information moves. It always moves. And at some point, someone who matters will ask someone who noticed. That's when his real reputation surfaces, not the one he constructed, but the one he performed without an audience. You've probably met someone who understands this instinctively. They don't dominate every room. They don't push to be seen. But they behave exactly the same, whether they're being watched or not. Because of that consistency, the information that travels about them is always clean. When someone asks about them in a room they've never entered, there's no, "Well, it depends," or "He's great," but just a clear, uncomplicated impression that arrived ahead of them. That consistency is a form of power most people never consciously build because they don't realize their reputation is being shaped constantly, not by their intentions, but by other people's observations. Most people manage their image only when they feel threatened, careful in job interviews, considerate when they want something, charming when there's something to gain, but the rest of the time, unguarded, reactive. And the unguarded moments are the ones that define you in other people's minds. The way you speak about someone the moment they leave the room. The way your tone shifts when a conversation doesn't go your way. The way you treat the person who can do nothing for you. These moments feel private, inconsequential, but someone is always noticing. 2 colleagues go through the same rough performance review. One sulks, makes a comment under his breath that 2 people overhear. Within a week, the informal story is that he doesn't handle feedback well. The other sits with it for a day, then walks back in without drama. without forced positivity, just shows up. A month later, when a new project opens up, one of them gets considered first. It wasn't the review that decided it. It was the week after. Your reputation is a shadow. It moves before you do. It stays after you leave. It enters rooms you've never walked into and speaks in meetings you'll never attend. The people who understand this don't obsess over managing perception in the moment. They obsess over something quieter, who they are when no one is paying attention, because someone always is. And what they see becomes the version of you the world carries long after you've moved on.